What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. And if you guys did not watch TakeOver Vengeance Day last night, I highly recommend you watch it. I'm still trying to get over what we saw with that heel turn of Adam Cole. I don't know what fate will behold the Undisputed Era, but can't wait to find out this Wednesday. But this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue is going to be a little bit different, because I'm going to be talking about a championship that pretty much lost its relevancy literally years ago. And that championship would be the Universal Championship. The title was first introduced on a episode of Raw on July 25th, 2016. The title was created as a result of the reintroduction of the brand split and the draft and the draft, which took place 1 week prior on July 19th. And the reason why they created the title was because SmackDown ended up getting the WWE Championship, which at the time was held by Dean Ambrose, who I've been hearing rumors, which of course these are just rumors. I've heard rumors that he is once again in talks with WWE. Now, I don't know if these rumors are true. You guys can comment below. I don't even know, but if he does come back, honestly, that would be pretty cool. But you never know. So the first championship match, the first match for the Universal title, actually took place at SummerSlam, and it's interesting because when you think about it, the Universal title was literally a championship that nobody liked. But honestly, I liked it because obviously at the time, you know, Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon, and of course Raw General Manager at the time, Mick Foley, you know, they said that this title was going to be a championship that would signify a championship for the WWE Universe, hence the name Universal Championship. So the first champion was actually had actually took place at SummerSlam on August 21st, 2016 in Brooklyn, and Finn Balor, who is still the NXT champion, actually defeated Seth Rollins in a what was known as a pinfall or submission only match to become the inaugural champion. The very next night on Raw, because of the shoulder injury that he had sustained on that night, he had to vacate the championship, and thus 1 week later there was a fatal 4-way elimination match for the title. It ended up being Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Big Cass, and Kevin Owens. Big Cass, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, in that order, were all eliminated, and Kevin Owens became champion, and he held on to the title for 188 days. And then continuing on, you know, Goldberg, and this is where actually the title completely lost its relevancy, because that episode of Raw where Kevin Owens won the title, that was in Houston, Texas. That was in Houston, Texas on August 29th. From that night up until March 5th, 2017, the pay-per-view known as Fastlane in Milwaukee, Kevin Owens versus Goldberg. This is where Chris Jericho, who was still in WWE, had made his return to WWE, And funny enough, and what's ironic, he was still the United States champion. And he won the title because of Kevin Owens. So that match only lasted... That match lasted well over, like... Say, I think it was only like just a few minutes, actually. And he held the title for less than a month. For less than a month, only 28 days. But that was stopped by Brock Lesnar. Now this is where things get really interesting for the title, because it took place at WrestleMania 33 in Orlando on April 2nd, 2017, just a little over a month, just a little less than a month later. And he held on to the title for 504 days with only a few successful title defenses, just to name some of them. I think Great Balls of Fire, the pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire, Samoa Joe, No Mercy against Braun Strowman, the Fatal 4-Way between Reigns, Lesnar, Joe, and Strowman at SummerSlam, and of course, too, Royal Rumble. I think it was 2018. I think it was 2018. I want to say it was... what was it? Against Braun Strowman? I don't remember. Let me take... I actually have my book here with me. Let me take a look. Because I know that... If I remember right, let me take a look here. Let us see. Great Balls of Fire. Yeah, so Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. The Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, so No Mercy against Braun Strowman. TLC, he did not defend the title at TLC, but Survivor Series, he actually took part of that against AJ Styles. Royal Rumble. Yes, yeah, okay, so 2018, it was Kane and Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar in the triple threat. Yeah, so, and then, of course, to WrestleMania that year against Roman Reigns, but that completely backfired on Roman, as, well, we all know, Roman Reigns lost that match, but Roman Reigns ended up defeating Brock Lesnar on August 19th, 2018 at SummerSlam in Brooklyn, of all places. And he only held the title for only a couple months because he had to vacate the title due to his leukemia on October 22nd. That's where everything started to go downhill for Roman for a little bit. And then at a pay-per-view called Crown Jewel in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on November 2nd. It was originally supposed to be scheduled as a triple threat match between Lesnar, Reigns, and Strowman, but because that Reigns had to relinquish the title, it ended up becoming one-on-one, and Baron Corbin cost Strowman the title, and Brock Lesnar became champion, and he only held the title. He held the title for 156 days, a little less than his last run, but it was all for naught because Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 35 in New Jersey took the title from Lesnar after winning the Royal Rumble April 7, 2019, held the title for 98 days. Lesnar had held the Money in the Bank briefcase, cashed in on Raws at Extreme Rules on July 14th in Philadelphia, and only held the title for 28 days. Seth Rollins regained the title a little less than a month later in Toronto at SummerSlam, on the day of my birthday, which is August 11th, if you guys can believe that. And he held the title for 81 days. Then, everything started to go downhill, completely downhill. Because of one man, The Fiend. Crown Jewel, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Seth Rollins versus The Fiend, a Falls Count Anywhere. and it could not be stopped for any reason. The reason being was because of the fact that Seth Rollins hit the Fiend with a sledgehammer, in which the Fiend was on top of a ladder, on top of a chair, on top of a toolbox, and he used the sledgehammer to almost kill the Fiend. Or so we thought. He ended up resurrecting. And that was how Seth Rollins became, who we see, the man that we see now as the Messiah. And of course, too, the Fiend held the title for 119 days, only for him to lose the title to Goldberg on February 27th, 2020 at Super Showdown in the same venue, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And he only held the title for a little under a month. And then, of course, on night 1 of WrestleMania, March 25th, 2020, last year, we all know Braun Strowman defeated Goldberg. And actually, a lot of people don't know this. I don't know if I did a video on it, but it was actually taped. Both nights were taped. So truth be told, the beginning of Braun's reign ended up being on the night that it was live at WrestleMania, live on the WWE Network. So I wouldn't really call it like that, but he ended up holding on to the title for a little over 150 days, only to lose it to Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam in Orlando, which ended up being a Falls Count Anywhere. And what's interesting is that this was when Roman Reigns returned, and 1 week later, at a pay-per-view called Payback, in the same building, Orlando, Florida, Roman Reigns defeated both Braun Strowman and The Fiend in a triple threat, no holds barred, in which Roman Reigns pinned Braun Strowman to hold on to the title. And truth be told, the combined days that all 8 of these men have held it for, when you think about Brock Lesnar, he's the only 3-time champion in history. He held on to the title for a little over 680 days. Roman Reigns, a little over 230 days. Kevin Owens is just 188. Seth Rollins, a combined 179 days. Braun Strowman, 150 days combined. Actually, yeah. Bray Wyatt, 126 days combined. Goldberg, both of his runs, a little over 60 days. And then, of course, Finn Balor, just less than a day because of his injury. So if I were WWE and if I were to make the title relevant again, I would give it to somebody who actually deserves to be champion. Roman Reigns, do not get me wrong. Roman Reigns is an incredible champion. He's held the title for what? For what is it now? 130 some days? For literally over 160 days. Right now, I believe it's over 160 days. Put the title on somebody who actually deserves to be champion. That a champion, champion that the fans can be proud of. Whether it could be Andy, it could be Daniel Bryan. It can even also be Baron Corbin as well, which honestly I would not mind that. I would not mind Baron Corbin being champion. Hell, I wouldn't even mind Dominic Mysterio being champion. So I would definitely put the title on somebody who would not taint its legacy, because obviously Kevin Owens, when when he was champion, we all know he made the title relevant. But when Goldberg won the title, all that relevancy went it was all gone. Gone, just like that. So that's just how I see it. I honestly don't know how you guys feel about the title but this is my opinion anyway. But again, give it to somebody who actually deserves it, because if they keep on giving former Universal Champions, the title shot, and they end up winning it, its legacy is just going to be even more and more tainted, to the point where the title could very well be retired. That's just how I see it. But that brings me to the question of the day: who's your favorite Universal Champion and why? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, which gets posted every single Monday, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description. And if you guys have any fan mail that you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel, because in 2021, this year, I will be doing fan mail. My address will be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.